Hey, good afternoon, guys. It's KB5MIQ Big Boy. That camera looks dang crooked. You know I do this every time. All right. Got a interesting subject to talk about today. And I love input from my listeners. Had an email come in today, or this couple of days ago, and that's going to be the subject of this video, when you might could tell from the title of it. Come here, Ham Radio Cat. Come here, baby. Everybody wants to see you. You hadn't been here in a while. Come here. Come here. Come here, girl. She feeling better. She's getting spunky again, so she's better. Let me read this email I got, and then we're going to show you a few things around my shack to kind of go along with the spirit of this email. David, you know a lot of us hams are hoarders. We never throw anything away, and we actually look for stuff to hoard, it seems. Sometimes people miss the usefulness of common items when they break or get old, or throw them away without realizing the benefit of saving them. Old lawn chairs are one of those things. I cut off and save every straight piece of aluminum lawn chair frame that I can find that is long enough to build Yagi antennas out of. Anything 20 inches or longer is worth keeping. The shorter ones even work for full 40 antennas. I ignore the little holes where the pins and rivets were. They don't affect the antennas at all. I save wire. Almost all of my leftover wire pieces are in a plastic tote stored under the workbench in the shack. If nothing else, I will use the really short ones for solder practice for myself or new hams. Sometimes a short wire soldered to an antenna on a wire antenna will make all the difference, and a couple of feet of 12-3 or 14-3 solid household wire will make a lot of hairpin matches for Yagi antennas. I save the knobs from old radios, screws, nuts, washers from electronics, those little rubber feet that some radios and other electronic items have too. They have come in handy several times. I save every zip tie and twist tie I find, as long with wire nuts and random crimp connectors. I also save every stinger, whip, and base that's usable from old ham and CB antennas. I've made perfectly good ham radio antennas from what most people would consider useless junk. The one thing I tell new hams and old ones alike is that landfills are full of perfectly functional ham radio antennas, and maybe the holy grail, all band, no tune, perfect match super antenna is hiding in a landfill just waiting for someone to assemble it. We've become a throwaway society, and it's a shame, really. There's a treasure trove of used material out there that we could upcycle and use to build what we need or experiment with without buying new material. New hams, older hams as well, could save a ton of money, and elders could have a chance to teach antenna building and other skills without breaking the bank. We just might rediscover the satisfaction of thrill of building or repairing something ourselves and watching it come to life and perform really well. We might even come up with a better antenna design than what's out there now, or maybe one little screw or knob that we saved might just bring an old radio or the Weiss mixer back to life. The list of items that can be used for ham radio is almost endless and requires only our imagination to make it happen. We could reduce the waste in our world by recycling and reusing material, and maybe make something cool that will amaze and impress people, or we might just get laughed at and labeled a hoarder. I'll risk it. Boyd, WE5 Bravo Charlie. Thank you, Boyd. I appreciate that email, and a whole lot of that sings true with what I've done in ham radio, especially myself and Jeff. Everything you say is true there. Back when I first got into this hobby, I started a part-time electrician business. So I had multitudes of end pieces of wire left over from electrical jobs that I used for years. I'm about to run out of some of them. Now copper's got so high, I had to quit using pieces of wire to tie gates up with. But I have used them for my own antennas. I finished an electrical job one time. I had a roll of 10 gauge THHN green that somehow I ended up with that took forever to use. So I used that for my first ground radials for my Hustler 5B TV when I first put it up over 20 years ago. Everything he said there's absolutely 100% true. I've built 2-meter Yagis out of old TV antennas. I've got another old TV antenna out there now that I've been holding back for my next project. I'm thinking about making a 6-meter Yagi out of it. Anything possible. You look at some of my older videos where I made a field expedient dipole. I made every bit of it out of scrap that you find around your house. Guys, I'm going to flip the camera around here in a minute and show you just what I keep in my shack, and it could be considered hoarding. I've got a tote out of my shop that big and that deep that is full of old antenna, old dipole, old wires, Channel Master TV rotors that still work, that the control boxes has quit. And y'all know the story behind them. It killed me and Jeff to have to break down and buy a new one this past year or so because we could not find them at Hamfest anymore. That was one of the cheapest things you could find at a Hamfest, was an old TV rotor for analog TV antennas, because everybody used them before they went to this narrow band, and now broadcast TV is almost a thing of the past, especially in rural areas. Everybody's streaming or going satellite. But back in the day, those were plentiful, and you could they lasted forever. The rotors did. Now the boxes wore out because they were all mechanical boxes. Everything he says there is true. You don't have to break the bank spending money on this hobby. Yes, I know radios, people are not going to build radios anymore a lot like they used to. But you've invested money in a good radio, and you've probably bought a tuner. You may have a antenna analyzer. What's more fun than building your own antenna that you make contacts with, and you built it for little or nothing out of junk you had around the house? I can't tell you how many 10-meter Yagis, single band Yagis I've put up over the years that I talked all around the world on. I won a 4-band homemade fan dipole from one of the drawings at the club a year or two ago. Worked fine. I've opted for a different antenna now, but there was nothing wrong with that. Wire antennas and homemade wire antennas work great, and don't let anybody ever tell you they don't work great. Now, I'm going to stop here a second. Let me get this where it'll stop. I'm going to flip this camera around and just give you a little shack tour of my stuff that I keep in the shack. Okay, we're going to start here on this top shelf. This is just administrative stuff, stamps, stickers, things like that. Back here is all the binders of my manuals and my antenna handbook, my regular handbook, and a spare log book. But all the rest of that, those from right here to here, is nothing but ham radio related manuals. On this second shelf, collection of extra gear, mostly 2 meters, sitting here. Box of GMRS radios, new, I haven't got yet. Extra microphones, everything back on that shelf. This shelf, we've got coax and an end-fed half-wave antenna. On this section here, get into boxes, and I've got some trail cams I've stored there and some old cameras I've stored there. This is something I've just recently done. My collection of antenna adapters and fittings is all in its own box right there, where I keep it pretty well organized and can have it up, and anything I need is right in there. All right. This is jumpers waiting for me to recheck them. I had some that had some bad ends, going to be redone. This is my screwdriver collection right there. I love Craftsman screwdrivers. These are bins from Harbor Freight. This full of random stuff I've saved back. Extra fittings, and who knows what all's in there. This is another cabinet. It's got stake-on lugs, other parts in the drawers, tools, computer spray, some tuner cleaner, my magnifying glasses for my old man look, more tools, and here on the bench, box of random wire saved for other parts. And then this is my tooling. I've got I haven't completely filled this one up yet. Jeweler screwdrivers, tape, And these are things that I keep, multimeters and everything that I keep right here in my shack that be considered hoarding. But I don't consider it like that. Let me stop it. Yeah. Oh, did that start, babe? Yeah, it did. All right. Indy. All right, cat. Let me get another chair here. I'm going to let you keep your chair. You got to let the star of the show have her own chair. Guys, all kidding aside, anything you save will come back to help you down the road when the time comes. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being a ham shack hoarder at all. It can save you money. And think about this. Jeff and I got in this hobby. He'd been in since 77. I got in 91. The closest thing we had to us that was even be considered a ham radio store was a Radio Shack. And in the 90s, early 90s, Radio Shack was kind of leaning into ham radio. Then they got away from it. But we could go there and buy bulk coax, and we could buy Radio Shack PL259, things like that. But that was only, we didn't have a ham store. MTC didn't exist till 09. So when we went to Arlington to Hamcom every year, we stocked up on Amphenol connectors, adapters, anything we needed, coax, we would buy out there and have it because you had to order it. If you bought a new radio, you had to order it not online. Well, maybe almost online by then. A lot of them were still ordered through the mail, but we didn't have it available. So we automatically kind of became ham shack hoarders. Now, even me living with MTC up here is still an hour away from it. One-way trip, almost an hour to go to MTC. So if I go up there, I buy extra connectors and things like that and just keep them. You go to these ham fests, Tim, Kent, Jeff, got a lot of tube gear. Anytime they see a guy selling tubes, they try to buy them, whether they need them or not, so they got them on hand. Things like that will help you enhance your station, and you'll have a better ham radio experience if all of a sudden, hey, you know what, I hadn't been on 20 meters, and I don't have an antenna, but I got enough stuff here to build a dipole. And you build a dipole, you make contacts with a homemade antenna, and you will really get a more experience for the hobby and give you more experience in communications and make you a better Elmer down the road for somebody just getting into the hobby. Can't thank Boyd enough for that idea for this video. The guys, I want to ask y'all another thing, a couple things. I want some comments, I want some emails on what I'm about to ask. I know I've always put lots of slides in my videos. Hamfest, club slides, sponsor slides, things like that. I know I've started them at the beginning for years, and people got to complain about having to sit through them to get to the video, so I started putting them on the back. I come up with another idea. I'm considering adding a third video a week called Ham Events or whatever, and put the slides, all the slides for Hamfest in that. And because I'm fixing to get some more slides for Hamfest, I think Saturday at the club meeting, and put all the ham events in a separate video and post them maybe on Monday or Thursday of every week, and take them out of my regular videos, just put club, advertise for the clubs, my sponsor slides, things like that. And do a separate total video for nothing but ham events and maybe news, maybe put that AWL news link in there with it. Give me some input on that if you think that'd be a good idea, because I'm afraid a lot of people are not staying for the advertisement, especially for the ham fest, because I really like to promote these ham fests, especially local ones in our area. Guys, I appreciate all the support. YouTube's a funny battleground to have to deal with, but I'm having fun with it. I enjoy interacting with y'all. Please email me. Please comment. When you comment, it helps the video. Thanks a lot, guys. And old ham radio cat, and I really appreciate you putting up with us. This is KB5 MIQ Big Boy 73.